Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, everybody. We are going to again take a look at the entire market condition and see what have been done before and what we are going to look forward in the market. So let me give you guys a little recap of yesterday's trade. So the point of the trade was actually buying from the support or a little bit higher, which we did. We took some percentage in Bitcoin, but the fact that Bitcoin is in a resistance, you can see there are two resistances. One is this level of supply, which should be broken in the upcoming days. But in order to find that out, that it is going to actually happen, we need to look at certain things. One is the lower time frame. Take a look at this one. For example, I showed you guys how we can actually trade here, and we took a trade very quickly until here, while it reached the level of supply at 91,000. By the time I gave you guys a signal, it was at 90,200 or 400. Anyways, we got some percentages around 2.5 or 3% trades in Bitcoin alone. But what did good was
Assalamu alaikum. Your audio can't be heard. I think you have an issue with your microphone. I could see you, I could see the chart, but I couldn't hear you.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, right now I can hear you.
It's finished. Need to cut this back. Let me see. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, right now I can
Is
hear
it
you.
clear?
Yep. I didn't mean to
Okay,
interrupt.
until where you guys didn't listen, so I can repeat myself.
Just this little segment,
Okay,
dominance.
so I was actually talking about that you can learn from whatever we do here as much as you want. You can join the course that we have. There's a free course that we have. There's a free community that we have. We want to teach as many Muslims and as many ethical traders as possible, so we all can trade and learn from each other and make money together and take the benefit of this new technology, which is blockchain and cryptocurrencies, which is amazing, amazing technology. Let's go and take a look at the charts. Let me see if the meeting is being recorded. Yes, it is. Okay, let's go back. All right. Okay, so what I did tell you guys before was a weekly close below 6.5, and we had a good retest on daily. Let me show you. We wanted the same double top to happen on USDT before actually moving lower, which you can see it did happen. I mentioned again and again that it can happen exactly the same as this wick, or we can actually close below 6.5, which it did. Yesterday I talked about this as well. Then we continued lower, which was a very good push. We took some trade, we made money, alhamdulillah. Now we are looking at the break of this current demand zone, which it is a very important one. So if this gets broken, I expect the same kind of retest. So let me clean the previous analysis here so we can have better, cleaner chart and we see what we're looking at. So one is this scenario that I want this to be broken even lower to 5.5, then retest 6%. Then we can move lower. If we come to the lower time frame, we can see that we are still in this level of demand and in the support level. What it can do is if it comes back and close above this, then we can expect it to move back higher which this time it actually becomes scary. So we don't want this to happen. Okay, it can, for the third time, get rejected from 6.5, but the chances of going higher for USDT will increase, and we can expect greater dump in the market. Okay, so we actually don't want to see that. What we want to see, if we want to stay bullish, is actually break and get more confirmation to actually form this pattern, which the market keeps just going down. Okay, so this is very important to see in this chart. Now, let me clean these. Okay, so we are still in the bull market phase, not necessarily a very good market, but we can expect once we go down and form this scenario, which you can see so far it has played out. But if we actually go above this, there were two scenarios that I given. One was like a fake out this way, which we could expect, but you can see that doesn't happen. If this time we go up, it might actually break and take us to the bear market phase. Let's take a look at BTC dominance and what we can expect. So yesterday I talked about Bitcoin actually doing good, which it did. Now, in order for us to see a good run into altcoins, we want to see this scenario playing out. It needs to get rejected from maybe 60 or here, which is 59.6% dominance on Bitcoin. If we do get a good rejection of one or two candles below on daily, then we can expect Bitcoin dominance to fall and the altcoins should rally, and they will rally very good, and we will inshallah make money on our long-term and our short-term positions as trade in the market. Okay, so the other scenario that we had for this chart was to close above this. Then we can see again coming back to 3.24, 3.23 and the level of supply on total chart, which is this actually. So we don't want to see this playing out this time. We need a breakout. In order for everything to align with whatever I have said so far, you can see that we need a breakout on total above this 3.24 trillion, but the same thing applies for USDT, break of the lower support or demand level. So you can see everything is still aligned perfectly. You can see the scenario playing out on total 2. We didn't go much lower. We can if we get again rejected from this box that I have. But other than that, if we see a good breakout, then there is a chance that we move higher than higher in total 2, which it does not include Bitcoin. So it includes Ethereum and all the other altcoins. So it's a good chart to look at. And same thing for total 3. Which one expectation was to actually come here. You can see it happened. Already it has happened, but because the price closed above this, we had a rally. We took some altcoins too. We took AVAX. We made 5% in AVAX, which was good. But then we lost 1 or 2% again and other trades that we took. We got out immediately to avoid further losses. One of them went and did a 10% just recently, like an hour ago. I can show you later the chart, but that's not the topic here. But it's okay. We got that out in break even to avoid it going into a loss, which is fine as long as the way that my teacher said once that less loss, break even, less profit will always keep you in profit, or you will always make money. So it's very good to actually do that because a lot of people can't even do that. So, but Alhamdulillah, we are in profit. We're not in break even. We're not in loss. Even a small loss, we are in significant amount of profit, which is a good thing. Alhamdulillah. We follow our system, not our emotions. That's a good thing. Others chart, you can see it is still struggling. So a lot of coins that are new, a lot of altcoins, excluding the top 10, you can see they are struggling here. Once this level is reclaimed, we can expect a good move in those. But since it has broken this level, there are chances we will hit lower if Bitcoin actually gets rejected. So coming back to the Bitcoin chart, let's clear some of the things that we have done according to our trades and see the current market view. So this has already happened, okay? Not necessarily we have to go that higher, but this scenario that we had actually played very well. We didn't take the full trade, but we did take some of it, which is still fine. Okay, so this is the current situation of where we entered. Let me actually put this here because we entered higher. Now, there is no breakout. You can see even by the time that I'm speaking, there is no breakout. We want a breakout on daily in order to move back to 96,000, then to 101,000. But for the first time, after a very long time, Bitcoin found a double bottom. So what does it mean? It means that we can see a greater push toward 107K on the long term, but that doesn't mean you should go and invest right here. You can always wait and trade later with more confluence in the market. So this is, I think, the proper way to put the trend line for now. You can see it is trying to break this level, which is a good thing. But if we put another trend line like so, what do you see? We are still in a resistance level. These are the things that I keep warning you guys about. We need to actually see a good amount of breakout happening. Then we can expect bigger moves in the market. So let's do some adjustment in our zone as well. So this is how it's looking like for now. You can see there is nothing to celebrate at the moment on Bitcoin chart. We will see two of these playing. If we get a breakout, we can enter at 93,000 again for the trading purposes. Then it will give us a 8% to 15% profit levels. Otherwise, we will not enter here. We will wait for a pullback, maybe another retest on the lower levels. We will see how that is going to play out. So for now, we have sold. We can expect something like this to fall back. So have this in mind, that that is the current situation. And for Ethereum, again, yesterday, I told you guys that if it closes above, you can see that if you have taken this trade, it is 8% in profit, but it has reached the level of supply, a greater daily supply as well, which we can expect it to come down. So the entry was here and the take profit was here. It moved a little bit higher than that, which it always does. The main supply is here, the level, but we don't take the risk of it going further up. But if it does, same thing applies on Ethereum. This is the scenario that I have given you for a very long time. A breakout, then on the retest, if we enter, we can expect 13 to 22% profit on Ethereum. Otherwise, if it gets rejected from this, there are chances we will break these levels. You have two scenarios for that right here. So this is the chart that you need to be looking at. We will keep updating our charts later once things happen. Again, coming back to my favorite chart, which is Ethereum against Bitcoin. So this is for the newcomers. You need to understand that we need actually Ethereum to perform well, so the altcoins perform much better. You can see that there is no breakout of this blue line, which is a trend line, that so far we have been forming a bearish pattern. And if you put another line below this, you can see it is a bullish flag, which is the flag name, which if it gets broken, we can expect something like so happening. Okay, for the long term. But if it doesn't, we cannot expect anything like that. We can still get rejected, break this level. You can see the congestion that has happened here. There is not enough room for this. That's why it's better to stay away from some of the Ethereum tokens at the moment. Take profit in Ethereum. That's what is going to work. But today will also determine that if we actually break, we will enter on the retest of it. We can enter Ethereum tokens. We will have more upside than what we're seeing right now. Even if it comes down, then we will have more upside. So all this period, since how long? Since it was broken, since 28th September, I gave you guys the warning that we will. Okay, this cannot measure. Let me take the actual measurement. How many days? Since 72 days, it is still in the bearish territory. So once this is flipped, you can see that the price is compressed so much. We will expect great moves in the market, inshallah. Solana. Okay, Solana is also in the take profit level. Actually, I told you guys to sell. To my internet again. Okay. Now I think you guys can hear me again. I had a loss of connection. I'm back. Okay. So Solana, yesterday, last night, around 138, 137, I told you guys to take profit. It moved a little bit higher, but that was a very good resistance that I was looking at. You can see that one is broken, but we have reached the end of the level that we were looking at. In order for us to take trades later, we will do the same thing that we do in Bitcoin: break, retest, continuation. Otherwise, this can still play out. This lower level can still play out. We will go to 100 level if things go at Rosalie updates. We say ENA. Okay, brother. In the end, I will do that for you. Sol BTC had a reclaim of this level, but not necessarily a very good level. I told you guys yesterday that it looks like we are retesting this level. That was actually true. So it has reclaimed. Let's see how far it can push. But once we flip this resistance, we can only be in Solana other than Bitcoin. This is what it actually means. We will see greater push and Solana against Bitcoin. Same goes for Solana against Ethereum. Once we flip this resistance, it's better to be in Solana other than Ethereum. This is a very good chart to look at. And Zcash, let's actually clean this chart so we can see what we can truly expect. Let's go on the weekly. Okay, so you can see that on weekly, we did test this level of support, which was a level of support and a demand level for us. The next one is much lower than that at a 200 level, but this level is actually holding. We have 4 days for the weekly to close, but daily has closed above this level of demand. Now, if we are going to take entries, we can still wait for this daily candle to close. But if you have already taken a trade at $302 and what is it, Zcash, then well done. My analysis previously was that we are going to break this trend line. We had a trend line here. Okay, we did break it and we fell significantly below, even lower than this line of support. Now, it is in a very good territory. We can actually invest at this level, but we need to at least wait, I think, in my view, one more day. Then we might see a much better correction than we can enter. Otherwise, if you have already entered, your stop loss is very less. It's like 2-3%, maximum of 5% if we expect a wick. But a close below this level will invalidate this trade. Let's go to 1 hour and see what it says to us. Still in a downward movement. Okay, one thing that I can see here is a formation like so, and this chart. So can we expect something like this? Maybe, but this also looks like this is actually very high risk trade that I'm giving you. So if you're going to get it, your stop losses is still below this line, okay? I might give this signal as well in the premium group as a signal once I enter. So you need to be a part of that. Otherwise, you can just follow from this video. So here are like 322 entry. Stop loss will be 8%. You see, this is still a very, very risky trade. Don't listen to me at all. Do your own research when it comes to Zcash and every other trade. So I think it might just move back to this level first, then higher than that. So we have good risk ratio reward. It is even good to get some for the long term if you don't have, and if you're not exposed to Zcash, you can actually enter a little bit here and let it move higher. Zcash BTC. So this was another chart that I was expecting for it to come to this level. It hasn't broken this level. But this previous candle is looking significantly good for it to push lower against BTC. So even if we see a small correction in BTC, this can drop further down. But against Ethereum, it looks much better because it has closed in between the zone, not even lower than the zone. Let's see what happened to gold. Okay, gold got this rejection that we have in the longer view against Bitcoin from the level of supply, which is a good thing. This hasn't happened. We couldn't reclaim, so we can just remove this. And now we are seeing a greater invalidation and very good rejection on daily and on weekly. So after 2 days, 10 hours, this is very good. If it closes like this, we can expect Bitcoin to outperform gold in every means possible. But for that, gold needs to come down too. So this is the previous analysis that we had on gold. This support is still valid, but this resistance is also valid because we couldn't see proper break of the resistance. Now we can expect two things. Either it will retest this and try again to break this resistance, which is at $4,222 in gold. But once it enters below this, we can just expect it to fall further down and even maybe do this later because this longer trend line might also get broken. So it's going to be very fun to watch what gold is going to do. So I think we are done with our overall analysis. Now going to your question, update Sui Ian
say ENA coins. If we buy here, kindly DCA area mention Solana. Bro, Solana was already given for the DCA around 126, 127 previously, but the fact that we couldn't cross below, we gave you the entry for the long term and the short term above this line of resistance, which was 128. So right now, I am not going to recommend you to enter here because you can see it is in a level of resistance. Previously, it dropped. It can do the same again. But once it does break, then we can expect good things. The good thing is that we have a double bottom. That is the only good thing. But still, it's very early to celebrate Solana going up. And every other coin. We do have a good double bottom, but it can be confirmed once it breaks above this resistance. Then you can accumulate a large amount with lesser stop loss level at 147. So there's 10 minutes left of our meeting. Let's go and check, say, SUI and ENA. Let me go to this list. Layer ones. Where is SUI? SUI is here. This is not the coin that we are holding in our portfolio, by the way. Just to give you a little information about that, you can see that it is retesting. It is literally retesting this weekly resistance that was broken. This is a great breakout. Highly confirmed. Take a look at monthly. Highly confirmed. So we can go to 0.5. Oh my God. But there's always a but. If we reclaim, then it can move higher and higher and higher. So this reclaim is very much important, but you can see that it's being rejected. And if Bitcoin even comes slightly down, this will lose it all and go crazy. These are the levels you can look at. No personal view. It's just what the technical analysis says to me. Looks like this. This hasn't happened yet, this scenario. A break of $2, a retest and 1.77, then a push toward 2.5, then $3. Otherwise, a continuation to half a dollar because it has fallen down before it can go again. It hasn't felt the way quietly. It has felt half the way. I don't know. It might go up, might not, but I can't tell until it's broken. I'm trying to be I'm trying to stick to my analysis as much as I can. Stay disciplined. That is more important. Where did it go? Didn't... You can see none of these happened. That's why it never went up. And we haven't traded this as well. So let me clear the chart for you. Here is one place that you need it to be reclaimed. Okay, there is not a breakout like it is in SUI. So this is a better one, at least better than SUI, not better than the other coins. These are the levels you can look into in terms of support and resistance. Here you have a trend line that you can follow, and a breakout will not hurt you if you wait. So then enter here, then swing it for higher levels. This is what I think. But there's one more thing. that although in weekly it hasn't been broken, on daily it has, and right now it is on a resistance. So not recommended for you to buy. For the long term, if you want to accumulate, then it's good, but you should have a plan. What are you going to do if it comes here, and if it comes here, are you going to buy as well or no? You need to have a fundamental research on this coin if you think it is a good one to hold. Guys, tell me more coins because we have less time. I'm going to go on ENA. First, let me check if this coin is actually Sharia compliant. No, bro. I cannot give my view on this. This is not Sharia compliant. See, I had something in my mind. Previously, people asked me, but I again didn't give my view because this coin is not Sharia compliant. Ethena appears to contravene Sharia principles due to its reliance on derivatives markets, which are generally not aligned with Sharia compliance. So they have futurists or other kinds of mechanism. So you can see a crypto native synthetic dollar that uses Ethereum and Bitcoin as collateral maintained through delta hedging derivatives to achieve a stability. USD is fully backed by on-chain assets and is designed to operate independently of traditional banking infrastructure, blah, blah, blah. So it has failed. A reward-bearing instrument that leverages revenue from staked asset and spreads from perpetual and futures markets. It combines yield generation, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's an interest-bearing asset like US dollar. So if US dollar is haram, this is also haram. You should not be trading it. That is my own personal view as well. You should not be trading it. And the chart, look at the chart, man. It is on a level of demand, but it is what it is. It's haram. So ShareLife is our official partner when it comes to Sharia screening. We take the coins that they say that are halal. We have partnership with them. Then we apply 4 layers of analysis, which is technical analysis, fundamental analysis, sentiment analysis, and on-chain analysis to actually find if that coin is worthy in the future or in the short term as trade. That's how our mechanism works. Let's see the liquidation chart as well. Wow, there is a good chance that Bitcoin might go to 94,000 to liquidate a lot of futures traders and gamblers, which is what we want for the market to become stable. But it can have another effect that the market can go lower down. Yep, 94,000, 94,500 is the level. So what we can expect something like this as a third scenario, a fake out for people to think that we're actually bull, then come back to the level of support or lower. That's my view at this point on Bitcoin and crypto. Be very, very careful with your trades. Join our community, join the free community, join the free course. But if you want to learn further, get the mentorship every day and get your assignments fixed, learn the actual way of trading, have access to the trades that I take and the other premium members take, then join our premium, which is currently in very great discount of 50% on yearly basis. You can check from the links down below. If you have questions, hit me up on WhatsApp or on email or whatever platform you want. I will answer you, and I would be glad to help our Muslim traders and investors inside cryptocurrency markets. Let's see if there's any other question left, then we will cut the meeting. They're thinking about Kusama coin, total supply 70, totally bull run target 600. Bro, where did you get your bull run target of $600? That's my question. Are you speculating or are you having other kind of data that I don't have? Try to understand what we're doing here. only trade based on supply and demand, but there are fundamentally good coins that we take for the long term, and Kusama is not one of them. Kusama is actually a halal currency. But let me see. Never buy a coin that keeps going down. Can it continue further down? Yes, it can. Like it has been. A good way to see this is if it reclaims this level above $70, bro. Then it becomes something sustainable to have a structure like this. Okay, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for joining. See you guys in the next sessions. Like the content so it reaches more Muslim traders and investors. Have a good day. Allah Hafiz. Take care.